A graduate of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, Joni P. Gordon's art involves the use of non-traditional media to explore rich and complex themes. With us now to talk about it is Joni herself. I saw you setting up and I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about cleaning supplies for Christmas. But no, this is art. Right. This mop and this broom is going to be built into something beautiful.
Lovely, yes.
Is what you're saying. So welcome to the show. You're an interdisciplinary artist, which means what?
It basically means mixed media artist, which means I can use any material to create art. So I'm not set in one particular medium.
Okay. And so tell me a little bit about your background of study and how you ended up here.
Okay, so I went to the Edna Manley College of Visual and Performing Arts, where I did photography. That's what I got my bachelor's in. But I also did sculpture on the side and graphic design on the side as well, which helped me even now to create the work that I am doing. Since graduating Edna Manley College, I've done the residencies at the NLS, New Local Space, and that space provides an opportunity for artists to create works, give them a space to create and develop their practice. So that's what I did. I did 2 residencies with them. And the last one here is my solo residency. The one before was a group residency. Right. So
when you get to do a solo anything as an artist, it's a big honor, right? Especially as a young artist.
Yes.
Whoa. So what are some of the things you had on display there?
So there are sculptural forms and there are photographs as well.
Okay.
So these forms really are formed from my body, basically. Really.
Textured lines.
Yes.
Joni, what's that? What are we looking at? Oh, those are the mops.
Yes. That's a form that came from my body, basically in a suppressed form. So from that form, I added mop fibers on it. And the reason why I'm using cleaning supplies is basically because I'm coming from when I went to the work and travel program, and I was a cleaning person, room attendant at a hotel, and I was racially discriminated on that program, and so I used art as therapy to help me to overcome that trauma.
I find that so fascinating because I read here that through sculpture, photography, and sound, you deconstruct your experience as an immigrant worker in the State Department Summer Work and Travel Program. You're unpacking the experience of students from low and middle income countries who were recruited to work for minimum wage, and it looks at geopolitical power and racial discrimination, and there are people listening would say, what? How does she do all of that with art? But that was an image that shows exactly how.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And so the cleaning materials would almost represent like a cleansing of your...
Right, so it's a healing process for me. God. So art is therapy for me. So it's helping me to overcome that trauma that I had.
So when you were thinking about that experience, right? I'm trying to figure out how you get from concept to completion.
Okay.
You're thinking about it and you've obviously internalized it. You're thinking to yourself, a mop would be a good instrument or medium or how you arrive at the tool to execute the idea.
Well, sometimes I don't even know myself. So it's like a process too. So my first process is to journal. So I'd write how I'm feeling and all of that. And then from that process, I go on to photography. I photograph myself, so I'm embodying that emotion that I'm having. And from that photograph, I create silhouettes. And from that silhouette, I create sculptural forms.
Sounds like you should be doing some form of art therapy as well.
Yes.
I think your next course of study should be.
Yeah, I should, I'll take that in consideration.
Yeah, I mean... okay, so what's going on the table now?
So I'm going to show you how I created the 2 sculptural forms that I did. So this one here is the mop. So I started one. So the mop sculpture. So what you do is, what I did, I find a shape.
So you use cardboard.
Cardboard as the backing.
Put it out at the back, right?
Yeah. And then afterwards, I would add stuff on top of it. Okay. So this is me adding the mop
pieces.
So I'd have to deconstruct the mop so that I can just tear it out like this. And then afterwards, I would fold it and using a needle and thread. So needle and fish line. So it's the same technique as kind of like sewing. So you like push the needle through, pull through, and then you continue.
And Joni, how long that take you?
It takes a while. It takes a while, but you know it's.
But I guess that's what's therapeutic about it.
Yes, exactly. exactly.
Wow.
So, yeah, you continue. Would you like to try?
I'm not sure.
You know?
I have a tendency to destroy everything I touch on this show.
No, man, it's not that hard.
So you fold
You
it.
fold.
And then you stitch it on.
Yeah.
And then
You pull
it
through.
down.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you just do this like 150,000 more
A lot
times?
of times, yeah. It quiets the mind.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So this is an interesting technique. What do
Yeah.
you call this?
This is map fibers.
Okay. What do you call the technique? There's no particular
There's no
name.
particular. Well, you would say it's fiber arts, textiles.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
What's
so for
happening
this
here?
one, that's a paper mache. So it's the same process to get a shape. And
So you put the cardboard on the back
yeah,
again.
and the back again. I use to create the frame. I use paper to create that frame, and then afterwards I'll paper mache on top.
Tell me what this is about.
So this work
Wait,
is
wait, let me guess. This is about recognizing your issues or your challenges and figuratively discarding them.
Accurate.
So this is like almost like a bonfire and throwing
Right, right. So even for the work that's currently on show, you have tools coming out of the form. So it's like me trying to get rid of that trauma that I
love
have.
this.
So you're right.
I love this.
Yeah.
This spoke to me. Interesting. Okay, fantastic. And what is this the fellow over here?
Oh, so this is just an example showing how I can use different forms, different shape frames, depending on what I really want. So this is basically chicken wire.
Yeah.
And this is like some construction wire that
Okay.
I use. So yeah, I use basically anything.
So you build something onto that?
Yes,
That's
I
just
would
a frame
build
for something
yeah, frame
else?
for something else. It could be a
Wow.
frame for this. It could be a frame for a paper mache work.
So can people still see Texture Lines? Is it still on?
Yes, it's still on. It's on
Okay.
until December 23rd.
Okay, and that's at NLS, which
Yeah.
is at?
New Look, 190 Mountain View Avenue.
Okay, and we can see and purchase?
Yes, of course. And we also have zines available. So it really shows the details of
can't wait
what
to look
is
through that.
there. And I also included interviews of persons who actually been on the program.
So you scan the QR code.
Scan the code, and so you can purchase these at NLS. And if you'd like to visit the show, you have to send an email to info@nlskingston.org
Okay.
to make an appointment.
Wow. Impressive. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
You're welcome.
Art therapy.
Yes.
That's your calling.
Thank you.
When she come back, she's going to be talking about her art therapy degree. Telling you. Thank you, Joni.
You're welcome.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
Interdisciplinary artist Joni Gordon with us on the show this morning. Okay, so Nev does what Nev does best. He gone and leave me, left me into the studio, gone on the road, and the only way to find out where he's gone to is to stay with us. But first, Michael Bublé. Guess what? It's beginning to get a lot like Christmas, everybody.